Night after night, millions of adults go to bed expecting rest, only to find themselves awake again at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, or just before sunrise. Many assume this is simply part of getting older. They blame the mattress. They blame stress. They blame frequent trips to the bathroom. While those factors can certainly play a role, there is another possibility that often receives very little attention. Deep inside the body is a powerful muscle that helps control movement, posture, balance, and even the way the body responds to tension. When this muscle becomes tight, it may quietly contribute to discomfort, restlessness, and difficulty staying asleep. What makes this especially interesting is that many people spend years trying different pillows, different sleeping positions, and even different bedtime routines without ever addressing this hidden source of tension. The surprising part is that helping this muscle relax may not require expensive equipment, complicated workouts, or long stretching sessions. In fact, a simple exercise that takes only 4 minutes could help the body feel calmer and more comfortable before bed. The story becomes even more interesting when researchers and health professionals look at how closely the body and nervous system work together. This particular muscle sits in a unique position within the body and is connected to many of the movements performed throughout the day. Hours of sitting, limited movement, poor posture, and everyday stress can gradually cause it to become tight and overworked. Over time, that tension may affect nearby areas, including the hips, lower back, and even the way a person settles into sleep. Many people are completely unaware of this connection. They focus on the symptoms, while the real source of the problem remains hidden beneath the surface. That is why this topic has attracted growing attention among physical therapists, movement specialists, and sleep experts alike. In today's video, you will learn what this muscle is, where it is located, and why it may have a bigger impact on nighttime comfort than most people realize. You will discover how muscle tension can influence the way the body feels during sleep and why some people wake up feeling stiff, uncomfortable, or unable to fully relax. Most importantly, you will learn a simple 4-minute exercise that can be done at home with little effort and no special equipment. We will also discuss a common mistake that causes many people to get poor results even when they are doing the exercise regularly. That small mistake can make a bigger difference than most people expect, so be sure to stay with us until the end. If you enjoy learning practical health tips explained in a simple and easy-to-understand way, you are in the right place. Welcome to the channel. We share information designed to help you stay active, sleep better, and support healthy aging with confidence. Before we begin, take a moment to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our future videos. Now, let's uncover the muscle that may be quietly interfering with your sleep and learn what you can do about it. Hidden deep inside the body is a muscle that many people have never heard of, even though they use it every day. It is called the psoas muscle, and despite being largely unknown outside medical and fitness circles, it plays an important role in how the body moves and feels. The psoas begins in the lower spine and travels through the pelvis before connecting to the upper part of the thigh bone. Because of its location, it acts like a bridge between the upper body and the lower body. Every time you stand up from a chair, lift your knee, walk across a room, climb stairs, or even maintain your balance while standing still, this muscle is involved. It works quietly in the background, helping the body stay stable and coordinated throughout the day. What makes the psoas especially interesting is that it is active during many of the activities people perform for hours at a time. Sitting at a desk, driving a car, watching television, reading, or spending long periods using a computer can all keep this muscle in a shortened position. Over weeks, months, and years, that constant shortening may leave the muscle feeling tight. Many people do not notice this happening because the change is gradual. The body slowly adapts, and what once felt normal begins to feel stiff without attracting much attention. A tight psoas does not always announce itself clearly. Instead, it may create subtle problems that seem unrelated at first. Some people notice discomfort in the lower back. Others feel tightness around the hips. Some experience stiffness when getting out of bed in the morning. Others find that certain sleeping positions no longer feel comfortable. Because the psoas connects important areas of the body, tension in this muscle can sometimes affect nearby muscles and joints as well. The body functions as a connected system. When one area becomes tight, other areas often have to compensate. This is one reason some people spend the night shifting from one side to the other, searching for a comfortable position. They may place pillows under their knees, adjust their mattress, or constantly rearrange their blankets. Yet, despite these efforts, they still wake up feeling uncomfortable. In certain cases, tension in the psoas may be contributing to that discomfort. The muscle can influence the position of the pelvis and affect how pressure is distributed through the lower back and hips. When the body cannot fully relax, sleep may become less comfortable. Another important point is that the psoas is involved in posture. During the day, it helps support movement and stability. However, when it becomes excessively tight, posture may gradually change. Some individuals develop increased tension through the front of the hips. Others feel as though their lower back is constantly working. These changes may seem minor while awake, but they can become more noticeable when lying down at night. The body naturally wants to settle into a relaxed state before sleep. Ongoing tension can make that process more difficult. Many adults describe a feeling that is hard to explain. They are tired, they want to sleep, yet their body never seems completely comfortable. There is no major injury. There is no obvious cause. There is simply a persistent feeling of tightness or restlessness. While there are many possible explanations for this experience, muscular tension is one factor that deserves attention. The psoas may not be the only contributor, but it can be an important piece of the puzzle. Of course, it is important to keep expectations realistic. Sleep problems can occur for many reasons: stress, anxiety, medications, sleep disorders, pain conditions, bladder issues, caffeine intake, and many other factors can affect sleep quality. A tight psoas muscle is not the explanation for every sleep problem. However, when discomfort, stiffness, or tension are part of the picture, addressing muscular tightness may help some people feel more comfortable at night. This connection between muscular tension and sleep is often overlooked because people tend to think about sleep as something that happens mainly in the brain. In reality, the entire body participates in the sleep process. Muscles, joints, breathing patterns, posture, and physical comfort all influence how easily the body settles down. The brain may be ready for sleep, but if the body continues sending signals of tension and discomfort, relaxation becomes more challenging. As bedtime approaches, the body naturally begins preparing for rest. Heart rate gradually slows. Breathing becomes calmer. Muscles are supposed to release unnecessary tension. This transition helps create the conditions needed for restorative sleep. When everything works together, the body can shift smoothly from activity into recovery. The problem is that many people carry the physical demands of the entire day into the night. Hours of sitting, standing, bending, lifting, driving, or remaining in the same position can leave certain muscles working harder than they should. Even emotional stress can contribute to physical tension. People often notice this in their shoulders or neck, but deeper muscles can be affected as well. When a muscle remains tight, it can continue sending signals to the nervous system. These signals are not always strong enough to create severe pain. Sometimes they show up as mild discomfort, stiffness, pressure, or an ongoing awareness that a particular area does not feel completely relaxed. During a busy day, these sensations may be easy to ignore. At night, when the environment becomes quiet and distractions disappear, they often become more noticeable. This is one reason some people report feeling comfortable while moving around during the day, but uncomfortable when trying to sleep. The body is no longer occupied with activity. Attention naturally shifts toward physical sensations. Areas of tension that were previously ignored suddenly seem more obvious. Tight hip flexors, including the psoas, may place additional stress on nearby structures. The lower back may have to work harder. The hips may feel restricted. Certain sleeping positions may become less comfortable. The body may respond by making small adjustments throughout the night. Each adjustment may seem insignificant, but repeated movement can interrupt the deep relaxation that supports restful sleep. Many people notice an interesting pattern. On days when they move more, stretch gently, or spend less time sitting, they often feel more comfortable at bedtime. This does not necessarily mean the muscles are completely relaxed, but it suggests that movement can influence how the body feels. Gentle stretching has become popular partly because it helps some individuals release accumulated tension before bed. The key word here is gentle. Muscles often respond better to calm, controlled movement than to aggressive stretching. Forcing a stretch can sometimes create additional tension rather than reducing it. The goal is not to push the body to its limits. The goal is to encourage relaxation. This brings us to a simple exercise that focuses on exactly that idea. It does not require special equipment. It does not require athletic ability. It does not involve painful stretching or difficult positions. Instead, it combines a comfortable posture with controlled breathing and gentle movement designed to help the body gradually release tension. What makes this approach especially effective is that it works with the nervous system rather than against it. As you will see, the breathing component is just as important as the stretch itself. One reason some people try this exercise for a few days and then give up is because they unknowingly make a mistake that prevents them from getting the full benefit. In fact, several common mistakes can turn a gentle relaxation exercise into an experience that feels uncomfortable, frustrating, or ineffective. The first mistake is rushing through the movement. Many people are used to treating exercise as a task that needs to be completed as quickly as possible. They move into the position, count a few seconds, and then move on. But this particular exercise is different. The goal is not simply to place the body into a stretch. The goal is to give the muscles and nervous system enough time to recognize that they can let go of unnecessary tension. That process does not happen instantly. Muscles often need time to respond. The nervous system needs time to shift away from a state of alertness and toward a state of relaxation. When everything is rushed, the body never receives that opportunity. Instead of encouraging relaxation, the exercise becomes just another item on a to-do list. Another common mistake is stretching too aggressively. This surprises many people because they assume that a stronger stretch must produce better results. They believe that if a gentle stretch feels good, a much deeper stretch should work even better. Unfortunately, the body does not always respond that way. When a muscle feels threatened or forced beyond its comfortable range, it may actually tighten in response. This is a natural protective mechanism. The body is designed to prevent injury. If a stretch feels too intense, the nervous system may interpret it as a signal that protection is needed. Rather than relaxing, the muscle may become more guarded. That is why gentle stretching is often more effective than aggressive stretching when the goal is relaxation. A mild sensation of lengthening is usually enough. There is no need to push through discomfort. There is no prize for reaching the deepest stretch. The objective is to create a feeling of ease, not a battle between you and your muscles. Some people also make the mistake of holding their breath. They focus so much on the stretch itself that they forget about breathing entirely. A few seconds later, they realize they have been breathing very shallowly or not breathing naturally at all. This can reduce the effectiveness of the exercise. Breathing and muscle relaxation are closely connected. Slow breathing sends signals that help the body shift toward a calmer state. When breathing becomes restricted, the body may remain more alert than relaxed. This is why many stretching routines place such a strong emphasis on breathing. The breath acts like a bridge between the body and the nervous system. Each slow breath encourages the body to release tension little by little. People often notice that a stretch feels easier after several calm breaths, even when they have not changed position at all. There is another mistake that may be even more common than the others. Many people expect instant results after a single session. Modern life encourages quick solutions. People want immediate improvement. They want one exercise to solve a problem that may have been developing for years. If they do not notice a dramatic change right away, they assume the exercise does not work. In reality, the body often responds gradually. Think about how long it may have taken for certain muscles to become tight in the first place. Hours of sitting each day can add up to thousands of hours over the course of a year. Postural habits develop over long periods of time. Muscular tension often builds little by little. It is unrealistic to expect all of that to disappear after one stretching session. The people who tend to experience the greatest benefit are often the ones who remain patient and consistent. They do not chase dramatic results. They focus on small improvements. They pay attention to how they feel after a week, then after 2 weeks, then after a month. Sometimes the changes are subtle at first. Maybe they fall asleep a little easier. Maybe they wake up feeling slightly less stiff. Maybe they spend less time searching for a comfortable sleeping position. These small improvements can accumulate over time. Consistency allows the body to adapt. Repetition gives muscles and movement patterns an opportunity to change. This is why consistency is usually far more important than intensity. Many health professionals often repeat a simple idea. The best exercise is usually not the most intense one. The best exercise is the one that a person can perform regularly. An extremely difficult routine that is abandoned after 3 days is rarely as useful as a simple routine that becomes part of daily life. Small actions performed consistently can create meaningful changes over time. The same principle applies here. A few minutes of gentle stretching and breathing each day may provide more benefit than occasional sessions of aggressive stretching. While this exercise may help some people feel more relaxed before bed, it works even better when combined with other healthy habits throughout the day. One of the most helpful habits is taking short walking breaks. The human body was designed to move. Yet many people spend large portions of the day sitting. They sit during meals. They sit while driving. They sit while working. They sit while watching television. Hours can pass without much movement. During these long periods of inactivity, muscles may gradually become stiff, blood flow can become less dynamic, joints may feel less comfortable. A short walk every hour or two can help interrupt that pattern. The walk does not need to be long. It does not need to be fast. Even a few minutes of movement can encourage circulation and help muscles experience a greater variety of positions throughout the day. Some people notice that their hips feel less tight when they regularly get up and move around. Others find that their lower back feels more comfortable. These small movement breaks may seem insignificant, but they can have a meaningful impact when practiced consistently. Avoiding prolonged sitting whenever possible may also help. This does not mean eliminating sitting entirely. Most people have responsibilities that require them to sit at least part of the day. The goal is simply to reduce uninterrupted sitting whenever possible. Standing up occasionally, walking to another room, stretching gently, changing positions. These small adjustments can prevent the body from remaining locked in the same posture for hours at a time. Movement before bed may also be beneficial for some individuals. This does not mean performing a strenuous workout late at night. Intense exercise close to bedtime can sometimes leave people feeling more alert rather than more relaxed. Gentle movement is different. Light stretching, easy mobility exercises, slow walking around the house. These activities can help the body transition from the demands of the day into a calmer evening state. They encourage awareness of tension and create an opportunity to release some of it before getting into bed. Breathing deserves special attention as well. Many people underestimate how powerfully breathing influences the body. During stressful situations, breathing often becomes faster and shallower. The body enters a more alert state. Muscles may become tighter, heart rate may increase. When breathing slows and becomes more controlled, the opposite effect often occurs. The body receives signals that conditions are safe. Muscles may begin to relax. The mind may feel calmer. This is one reason breathing exercises have remained popular for so many years. A simple breathing practice does not need to be complicated. Some people find it helpful to sit quietly for a few minutes before bed and focus on slow, comfortable breaths. Others prefer combining breathing with stretching. The specific method is often less important than the consistency of the practice. What matters is creating a moment during the day when the body is encouraged to relax rather than remain in a constant state of activity. Sleep posture can also influence comfort during the night. Different people find different positions comfortable. Some prefer sleeping on their side. Others prefer sleeping on their back. The most important factor is often maintaining a position that allows the body to remain comfortable and supported. Small adjustments may sometimes help reduce strain. For example, some people find that placing a pillow beneath their knees while lying on their back feels more comfortable. Others prefer placing a pillow between their knees while sleeping on their side. These adjustments are not magical solutions, but they may help some individuals reduce unnecessary stress on certain areas of the body. Comfort matters because the body naturally seeks stability during sleep. If a position creates tension or pressure, the body may respond by moving frequently throughout the night. Finding supportive sleeping positions may help reduce that tendency. At the same time, it is important to remember that there is no single perfect sleeping position that works for everyone. Individual comfort should guide these decisions. Keeping expectations realistic is another important habit. Health information on the internet often promises dramatic transformations. People are told that one stretch, one exercise, one supplement, or one routine will solve every problem. Real life is usually more complicated. The body is influenced by many factors. Sleep quality depends on multiple systems working together. muscle tension is only one piece of a much larger picture. Some people may notice significant improvement from these strategies. Others may notice smaller changes. Some may discover that other factors are playing a larger role in their sleep difficulties. This is completely normal. The goal is not perfection. The goal is improvement. Even modest improvements in comfort can contribute to better nights and better mornings. By approaching these habits with patience, consistency, and realistic expectations, people often place themselves in the best position to experience meaningful long-term benefits. Waking up during the night is not always caused by a single problem. Sleep can be affected by stress, health conditions, daily habits, medications, and many other factors. But one possible contributor that often receives very little attention is muscle tension. When the body carries tension into the night, it may become harder to fully relax, stay comfortable, and remain asleep. That is why simple habits that encourage relaxation can sometimes make a meaningful difference. The good news is that helping your body feel more comfortable does not always require complicated routines or expensive solutions. Sometimes, a few minutes of gentle movement and controlled breathing are enough to help the body unwind after a long day. This simple 4-minute exercise may not solve every sleep problem, but for some people, it could become a valuable part of a healthier bedtime routine. And when combined with regular movement, better posture habits, and consistent daily care, those small efforts can add up over time. Remember, lasting improvement often comes from small actions repeated consistently. One day may not change everything. One week may not feel dramatic. But small habits practiced regularly can lead to meaningful results in the months and years ahead. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Do you usually wake up because of discomfort, stiffness, hip tightness, lower back tension, or because you need to change positions during the night? Share your age and your answer in the comments below. Your experience may help others who are dealing with the same challenge. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to like the video and share it with a friend or family member who struggles with nighttime discomfort or restless sleep. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. We share simple, practical health tips designed to help you stay active, sleep better, and enjoy healthy aging with confidence. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.